got you. Get it. Let's get it.
Yo, it's overtflow. What's going on, you guys? How are you guys doing today? First things first about the gameplay. We got some Call of Duty in the background, as most of the time. I was going to say as always, but lately we've been playing a lot of games. But Call of Duty is a game that's one of the reasons why I even started YouTube. Literally, like, without Call of Duty, I would not have a YouTube channel. I would not have been able to travel all over the world. I would not have fought FaZe Sensei in that boxing match, right? So maybe I should not have started playing Call of Duty. According to some of the news and the biased judges there or whatever. But either way, we're going to be talking about Call of Duty and the three simple things. There's like a few things that made Call of Duty the king of shooters for the longest time ever. And I want to know your guys' opinion as well. If you played Call of Duty, which I'm assuming most of you did, what was your favorite Call of Duty game? I'm going to tell you right now. For me, it's a toss-up between World at War and Black Ops 1. The best Call of Duty games of all time. Of course, Black Ops 2, MW3. I actually enjoyed Advanced Warfare as well. I don't know what it is about that game. I think because it was so crazy that I actually liked it. But everybody knows that Call of Duty is... I think that it's still the king of first-person shooters for sure. As of right now, Fortnite is probably the king of shooters in general. But as far as FPS games are concerned, Call of Duty, COD is king, man. Call of Duty is still the king of the world. It is the victory royale of you know, modern gaming. In my opinion, it's one of the biggest things. When I got into YouTube, the only way that you could be a YouTuber is by uploading cat videos, being basically like a channel that reacted to, and I guess reaction channels are still a huge thing, but more in the sense of like a Ray William Johnson, or you could be a Call of Duty YouTuber, which is why I got into the whole Call of Duty genre. It's why I got into the whole Call of Duty genre on YouTube, at least. I was playing Call of Duty since COD 4, and the way I even discovered that people were uploading it to YouTube was because I was looking for tips, and I ran into guys like Wings of Redemption, Chris Smooth, FaZe Clan, Grizz. I ran into these guys. I saw montages of the stuff that, you know, Grizz could do, that the FaZe guys could do, and it blew me away. I watched Wings of Redemption drop tons of kill streaks on the enemy. I saw Chris Smooth doing crazy. Chris Smooth doesn't even play Call of Duty anymore. That's how long I've been making gaming videos here. But I just saw some tweets the other day that really hit me in the feels, and I really wanted to discuss it with you guys and kind of give you my thoughts, and I wanted you to give me your thoughts on it as well, obviously. Also, we're like 3 minutes into the video, and I still haven't asked you guys for this, and I definitely need your help on this. Please follow me on Twitter and Insta. That'd be awesome. Everything is at overtflow, OVERTFLOW. My name is Overtflow, or PJ in real life. That'd be awesome if you guys could follow me and drop a like on this video. If you guys enjoy Call of Duty, you guys enjoy me or whatever, please drop a like. Let's see if we can shoot for like 350 likes on this. That would actually be pretty cool if we could hit that, man. But I was, honestly, what I actually did, I was scrolling through some gameplays. I was deleting a lot of stuff off of my computer just because I have a laptop, and it was pretty much full on memory, right? I think that it holds like a terabyte or something. Let me see. How many gigs free? 100 gigs free out of 920 gigs. All right, so it's pretty much almost full. So I went through, I deleted a bunch of stuff, and while I was deleting things, I ran into some old Call of Duty gameplays that I had posted a few years ago, man. Like I think that I had posted it during the MWR period. So when Infinite Warfare dropped, they came out with Modern Warfare Remastered. A ton of people, including myself, played Modern Warfare Remastered way more than Infinite Warfare. And I want to say this, I think Infinite Warfare kind of gets a worse reputation than it actually deserves, because so many people were sick of the flying around and all that. But I don't think it was as terrible as people make it out to be. However, I will say that I enjoyed Modern Warfare Remastered more. I literally found myself sitting there watching a whole gameplay that I had already posted of Modern Warfare. I watched my own commentary over Modern Warfare Remastered. I watched my own thing just because it was kind of addicting to watch, man. Like, seeing me hit, like, snipes from across the map, knowing that people had certain guns, seeing somebody's outfit and knowing, like, okay, that dude's got, you know, that dude's got the ghillie suit on. He definitely has a sniper in his inventory. Seeing, just kind of, like, the simplicity of it was really cool to me. Like, something about that, it's just, it's fun. To keep something basic is to keep something fun in a sense, because I think that once you get too much going on and it becomes too complex and too much randomness, I think that it takes away some of the fun factor. Then after that, I hopped on Twitter and I happened to see my good friend Optic Hitch tweet this. I actually went through and I looked at it, I replied to it, I spent a couple minutes looking through the replies, and I gotta say, so many of these people have the right idea, and I just kind of want to cover it with you guys. This is what he says. I feel like Call of Duty's appeal for so long is that it was simple and easy to understand. You get 3 perks, a gun, you shoot the bad guys. What happened, man? And that's what he says. I replied and I said this, so much this, but a bunch of other people replied as well. And I think that some of these guys point out really, really good things. First off, you know what? I'm going to cover my own thoughts on it, and then I'm going to read some of these guys' tweets, because I think that they definitely are applicable to what I'm talking about here. So Hitch says that 3 perks, a gun, shoot bad guys. And that's pretty much what it was back in the day. You picked your gun, you picked your perks, you get out there, you let them know what's going on. 3, 5, 7. You get 3 kills, you get a UAV. 5, you get an airstrike. 7, you get a helicopter. Okay? Simple, easy. Something to compare it to is CSGO. CSGO has not changed pretty much anything for 20 years or something ridiculous, and it's still an extremely popular game. The simplicity of it raises the skill level, because then the meta becomes stronger, in my opinion. I think that once you simplify something, you kind of have to make strategic moves. Look at something like the game of chess. It's been around for, what, hundreds, thousands, 10 million years? Because it is simple and it keeps the fun factor. And I think that just keeping that simplicity, there's something beautiful to keeping something simple enough to be understood, but complex enough to be very fun. I think that the ability to pick out 3 perks and kind of change your playstyle a little bit is awesome. I think the ability to pick your gun choice, you get a sniper, you get a pistol, or maybe you put on a perk, you get 2 guns, something like that. That is enough options to be, somewhat complex, but it's simple enough for everybody to understand. I think that in the recent years, Call of Duty has really gone out of its way to, we're going to add in specialists, and we're going to kind of make it like Destiny, but then we're going to add in, these specialist streaks that you get automatically. We're going to add in 15 different kill streaks, and I actually don't really mind the kill streaks. I think having a few different options is really cool. I mean, look at a game like Modern Warfare 2, still highly loved. Look at Black Ops 2, highly loved, but it had options, right? I think that those days during MW2, MW3, Black Ops 2, those days, the game was still simple enough to have a really, like, complex meta there where the good players could get really good and the bad players could still understand the game, but they weren't given these free kill streaks and all that stuff. And I think that that was the perfect spot. That was like a sweet spot for Call of Duty. Whereas if you look at it recently, you got like Black Ops 4, you got 1,000 different things going on. The maps are kind of smaller. There's people like jumping over walls to your left, right behind you, in front of you. They all got at any point in the map, whenever you hop into a game, except for the first 2 minutes, obviously. But at any point from 2 minutes to the 10 minutes, which is when the normal Call of Duty game ends, there's going to be either a kill streak in there, somebody with their specialist streak, or something crazy going on. Somebody's got, there's just so much going on that it kind of took away some of the simplicity. And I gotta agree, man. I think that if you look at a game like CSGO, it really does prove that you can keep things simple and still attract a ton of new members of your community. You could still intrigue a bunch of people. A lot of people will still be excited to play your game. And I just think that sometimes you can do too much when you're trying to make something appeal to too many people. You can do too much with it. And I think that Call of Duty definitely has kind of hit that path lately. Hopefully in the next game, we're all assuming it's going to be Modern Warfare 4. But in the next game, everybody, all the developers are saying it's the most excited that they've been for a Call of Duty literally in forever. So I'm kind of stoked. I'm excited to see it. But I don't know. I just kind of wanted to talk about that and get you guys' opinion. I think that maybe in this day and age, I think that, having a Call of Duty 4 game is too simple. But having a Black Ops 4 might be just too much for most, because I feel like I see the same sentiment everywhere. People like the game, but I don't see the same love that was around during MW2, and that could be attributed to a bunch of things, but I think one of the things for sure...
Is this a Dragunov? Who would give me this? Who would put this monstrosity in my hand? Oh, you poor, poor fools.
It's just too much going on, and I think that the Black Ops 2 era was like a sweet spot. You still had your choice of, you know, a ton of perks, you had your choice of a ton of kill streaks, you had your choice of a ton of guns, but it wasn't too many, you know? And so just like looking through some of the tweets, I'm just seeing people say things such as less variables makes for more fair gameplay, quote unquote. I gotta agree with this guy here. I think that having less variables leaves less room for randomness. You know, if I see a guy in COD 4 and he's got, you know, I don't know, let's say he just has a ghillie suit on, I'm gonna know that that guy probably, like 90%, he's gonna have a sniper, probably have a backup as a pistol. I can make my options based off that. Nowadays, I see somebody, maybe they got the battery specialist. I'm like, oh man, is she gonna have a grenade right now? I don't know. I don't know how long since she threw the grenade last. Oh my god, does this girl have the what's that thing called? The grenade launcher? Does she got the noob tube ready? I don't know if it's activated yet. I'm not really sure. What gun does she have? I have no idea what to tell what type of gun they're using. It's people, especially the maps for me. I think that the maps changed so much. Instead of being 3-lane maps like they used to be, having stuff, having these random maps that are kind of small that make it so that it's more of a twitch shooter takes away a huge amount of the, oh my gosh, I actually see a tweet from Zergriz. He says, if you guys don't know Zergriz, he was like one of the first sniping extraordinaires of the Call of Duty. Like literally, this dude's so insanely OG. This is what he says: simplicity and skill will always grab me over magic abilities and specials. That's why I'm stuck on the old Call of Duties and PUBG currently. And I have to say, definitely, man, like when I used to play Super Smash Brothers competitively and be a professional Smash Brothers player, and I think that anybody who plays Super Smash Brothers seriously, I'm pretty sure we've all played it, but anybody who plays it seriously knows that when you do a 1v1 with somebody, you take out all the items. You take out the Pokeballs, you take out the stuff dropping down, you put it to no items, you put it on a few, what, 2 or 3 stock, and you say, let's go ahead and get this. Let's see who's actually better without this randomness. That's a perfect analogy, man. That's such a good analogy. Literally, Call of Duty lately has been like Super Smash Brothers with all the items turned on. Yes, is it fun? Cool. But it's random. It's random. Where's the skill, bro? Where's the skill? And I think that that's like a perfect... Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm going to tweet that. Please go retweet that. I'm going to tweet that out right now. It's just seeing like other tweets here. People saying that, you know, they're alienating some of the old school fans by trying to include so much and making everybody feel included. This guy says money. I don't know if that's entirely true. This guy has a decent point, and I got to agree with it. He says, simple games typically lead to complex metas. Complex games lead to simple metas. And some guy replied and said, you really thought you had something here. I think that he does have something, man. I think the simpler a game is, it's something about just having something simple means that you got to really fully understand. Like, you got to, I don't know what it is about having something simple that leads to so many more layers. There's just big true facts, in my opinion. This guy says people want change. Arrow, they change it. Arrow, everybody complains. I gotta say, a lot of people do. A lot of people definitely do complain. They need to copy and paste Black Ops 2. That's it. I think the new addition of specialist features is a bad idea. They need new things to promote their sales numbers and all that. And I gotta agree with stuff like that, man. I just think keeping it simpler is so much better. This guy says Black Ops 3 was a huge year for COD. Everybody loved it. I think that Black Ops 3 was a really good year for Call of Duty. I think it was one of the better games. It was definitely the best game during that time period, right? So if you look at the few games around it, obviously Black Ops 3 is going to stand out for sure. But I just really think that, in my opinion, man, having a game be simpler does not mean that it's worse. I think it actually makes the game better, in my personal opinion. So, I don't know, man. I don't even know where this video is going. But basically, when Call of Duty was simple, perks, pick a gun, shoot the bad guys. Easy. something about that was simple and beautiful, man. So I don't know what they're doing with the next Call of Duty, but I'm excited about it. And I've been talking for like 15 minutes, which is ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead and end this here. But I hope that you guys I hope that you guys share your opinion with me. I'm definitely interested in hearing what you guys have to say, seeing what you guys have to say. Give me a follow on Twitter, Insta. That'd be awesome. And do me a big favor and drop a like on this video. And leave the comment telling me what your favorite Call of Duty game was. I'm going to have to say, favorite game, World at War. Best game, Black Ops 1. But that's just like my opinion, man. COD 4, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 2, MW 3, all awesome games. But, alright guys, love you. I'll see you in the next one, and I am over and out.